Hi guys, and welcome to Dean's Den. Raul Chavez reached out to me and he had some questions about the Masterson line, and I asked if we could record this, and he said sure. So let's tune in and you guys can check out my first Q&A. What kind of questions do you have for me?
The main thing is I'm going to get into using the products and going to be using them myself. Like you were saying, just start small and then order that as I go.
Yeah, what I
would talk to Greg.
What I would recommend is, since you're mobile and you're at home also, you've got room to stock the product. I think, to be honest with you, if you want to get the customers used to it, the easiest products to keep handy would be the snow foam, the wash and shine soap, the interior detailer, the exterior detailer, and the glass cleaner, and also the rim gel. They're all very easy to use, and it's easy for the customer to use. That's why I like doing those first. And I actually did those as gift baskets at Christmas time. And I put in some microfibers from Greg. I put in 3 black microfibers, which are really good. I mean, they're good for removing wax and sealant, and they don't scratch. So I put those in there with a chenille mitt. His chenille mitts are really good. And the blazing blue drying towel is excellent too. If you wanted to stock some of those are handy, because if you're going out to do a detail and the customer wants to maintain it after you leave, you want to provide them with stuff that's not going to make more work for you. So if you offered to sell them a drying towel, you're going to make good money on it, plus the chenille mitt, and plus you're protecting your time that's invested, so they're not damaging the car that you just detailed.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah, because I've been doing it for about a year now, building up my clientele around here.
Okay.
As far as like reviews goes for the area, I feel like I'm building it up. So I'm on the road for I'm active duty, actually, active duty military.
Oh, okay.
And I do this on the side.
That's awesome.
I do it on the side. Yeah.
You know what? There's a lot of detailers that are in the military. You know that, eh? Retired or otherwise.
Yeah. Yep, I do. Yeah, and then but yeah, I started it with my boys. So it's Chavez and Sons out of detailing, to show them like a little bit of work ethic and everything, and we're like so efficient. It's crazy. Like
yeah, my boys actually worked for me. I used to work at a body shop, and the boys learned how to detail from me, helping me with my business. And then they were so good at it that they actually got hired at my body shop, and we're all working together. And the kids made enough money to pay for all their education and buy themselves their own vehicles. Now, I know in the United States, the education costs are double what they are in Canada. It's a little bit different, but at least your kids would have the opportunity to make some money towards school, and then, they could apply for whatever grants they could. That's what my kids did as well, is they went for beneficial grants just down the road in the future to help your children so that they can.
Oh yeah, that's definitely the plan. But yeah, I'm doing it like weekend warrior style, and then ever since we started, been like booked every weekend. Like there's not a Saturday that we haven't went without working. So we've been doing pretty good.
That's fantastic. See, you're lucky, because where you're at, I did look on the map, so I know, you're in the southern states. It's a little bit warmer there. Where we're at, we don't have that benefit, eh? Like we have a heated shop here where we're at, and for those people out there listening, my shop's actually located across from Detroit, and we're in Canada, so it's a little colder here. We've got insulated doors, and we also have a mini split to keep the garage at 68 degrees, but yeah, it is a benefit. When the weather's nice out, you're going to get a lot more movement, you get a lot more customers coming to you, so that's fantastic.
Yeah, that's nice that you have the heating the inside. Yeah. It's been nice. Like since moving military, always moving. I'm probably gonna get out here. I'm about to medical retire out of here, so I'm gonna be doing it full time. So that's the plan.
With the masters and stuff, if you start small and you build up the clientele with it, you're gonna find that after a while it's gonna get easier and easier. But those products that I did mention to you, the soaps, the detail sprays, and the rim gel, and the glass cleaner, they're going to fly. I mean, they're very good products. The drying towels, the chenille mitts, that's the way to kind of get it out there. Like, the dealerships use the same idea. It's called a loss leader. What it is, yeah, a loss leader is where companies go and they give something away or they use something to kind of get customers to try other products. Those products are so awesome that once the customers try that, they're going to ask for more. And once they start asking for more, then start stocking it and selling it. You don't want to have a massive stock of a product and the customers aren't aware of the product yet. Like, you kind of have to get them used to the product. Nissan and some of the other car dealerships do the same thing. They have these huge incentives to get people to try the car. Until they sit in the car, they won't buy one. And same with the Masterson's product. Until they actually try it, they won't buy it. So what I was going to suggest to you is, do you do ceramic coating?
I do, yep.
Okay, you know what you could do? Now, my student Andrew St. Pierre, I have to give him credit, okay? He's the one that got me on this giveaway train. Now, if you're doing a ceramic, okay, what you could do to promote your ceramic sales is maybe throw in a drying towel with some car wash soap. That way there, and include it in your price, okay? That's how marketing works. I don't know how much marketing background you have, but in the real world, what they do is they raise the price of everything a little bit to incorporate the product. So you're not losing any money. The product's actually included in the price, but it looks like you're giving it away. That way there, the customer tries the soap, and they try the soap, and they go, wow, this is really good. Now, I'm going to tell you the difference between the two soaps. The Wash and Shine is specifically made to give you a nice beating on the car after. It's a nice, clean soap. It degreases very well. The main difference between that and the Mystic Foam is the Mystic Foam is to put on a show. If you're going out there and you're foaming somebody's car, you would want to use the Mystic Foam because it's going to give you more foam than the Wash and Shine. The Wash and Shine does give good foam, but it's just the Mystic was designed specifically for that. So that's the big difference. But that might help you actually push your product, because if you go and you buy, let's say you buy 2 cases of car wash soap, right? So if you buy a case of the Wash and Shine and a case of the Snow Foam, or even 2 cases of Snow Foam, and you just start using it on the customer's car, it works well even in the wash pail. Like I said, if you're out there and you're foaming the guy's car and he says, wow, man, that looks awesome, what are you using? You can say, oh, I've got some on the truck, and you could sell it to him. Or you could say, well, this comes with your package if you're getting a ceramic. Like, you can always upsell your product and get it out there. Once you do that, your customers will want it. Andrew found that out. Andrew started selling the products to the customers because they wanted to know what he was using. And he's actually been my biggest salesman for the Masterson's product. He sold over $1,000 worth of products, telling the customer, yeah, this is what we use.
Nice, yeah, that's what I'm going to start doing. That's what I was going to. We have a website and everything already, too. I'm probably going to start incorporating in there because I can add products to the site. So that's probably what I'm going to incorporate.
Yeah.
Adding the product pictures and description and everything.
The Detailers Guild, now I started that with a very small group. There was myself, Carlos Serrano, which you probably know, and Andrew St. Pierre. Now, the 3 of us started that group together. I was thankful that my web designer actually jumped on right away and started helping us with it. Now, my web designer, his name is Colin Thompson. Now, if you look through my friends list and you type in Colin, you'll find him. If you have any questions about Shopify or how to get started with Shopify to set up an online store, by all means, reach out to Colin. Colin is just like myself. We're out there trying to help other detailers do better, because it's very important to us, because the more people that are out there doing it properly and are succeeding, it raises the bar for all of us. It's important. And the thing is, like, I started working with Andrew. Now, Andrew is only 20 miles from me. Like, we're on opposite ends of town. And we're continuously sending customers back and forth to each other, because I specialize in different things than Andrew does. So if Andrew needs a specialist for something, he'll send it to me. If I need a specialist or I'm too booked up and the customer needs it done right away, I will call Andrew, and Andrew will take that customer for me. It's very helpful if we all help each other, and keep the quality up. It makes a huge difference. Especially, especially when we hand the customer the bill, right?
exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's really good news. Yeah, that's what I'm gonna start doing too. That's what I've noticed that a lot of detailers don't do. Non-experienced detailers that they don't do, they kind of shy away from wanting to share the business with another detailer because, like I always say, like there's enough business for 3 detailers in one city or 10. What I would say.
Yeah.
In one city, there's enough business for all 10 of those.
Oh yeah, I've said that many times. If I'm just going to throw this out there. If you go to extremecarcleaning.com, that's my company site. Now, if you go there, there's an icon for YouTube, and my Facebook link is there as well. You have access to all that information. So anything I've done on YouTube, through the Detailers Guild podcast, I've answered a ton of questions in there. Anything I've done on my website, you're more than welcome to use that information to help yourself. The only thing I ask is, Colin Thompson controls the IP, the intellectual property, for all the pictures on the website. Those are pictures that I personally took, and they're protected. Other than that, anything I've worded in any of my packages, you can do that. The only name that you cannot use out of everything there is my package names, copywritten to Extreme Car Cleaning, and I have permission to use those. But the descriptions, you're more than welcome to use the descriptions. And like I said, any other information in there, different services we offer.
Okay, yeah, I'm on the sites. Yeah, I'm on the site now. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, there's lots of stuff there to help. Like that's my whole purpose. I've done this for 31 years. Okay, and at one point when I first started, I had a shop in LaSalle. Now, and like I said, it's about 20 miles from here, from where I'm at. Now, when I first started there, okay, I had no idea. There was nobody I could reach out there. There was no internet. There was no other detailers that I knew about. So it wasn't like I could just go and ask somebody a question. I struggled, and one winter was so bad, and I'm gonna be blatantly honest with you. I slept in my shop for a month. I washed myself in the wash bay. You know, I had brought clothes from home. I brought a couple duffel bags worth of clothes out there. I was sleeping on a cot at night in the office. I had no money for gasoline. Man, I almost starved to death out there. It was rough because I was so proud of the time and pig-headed that I didn't want to ask my parents for help because my dad was honest with me. He said, "Listen, it's a tough go, and if you do it, you're doing this on your own." And I was bound and determined to do it, and I learned my lesson. So the thing is, I don't want to see anybody go through that. And like this is the month of February that I went through this. It was freezing cold out there. It was 25 below. I was in a building that was built in 1928. It was clay block. There was no insulation in there whatsoever. An oil furnace in there. And the oil furnace, the bill was $600 a month for oil. So, like, my bills were crazy, just crazy. And there was no cars coming in because we had a lot of snow that month. So it was a rough ride. And I'm trying to prevent that situation from ever occurring for anybody else. That's where I'm coming from, so that you know exactly like why I do this and why I put myself out there is to help other people. I was going to say to you too, if you check out that website and go on to the YouTube channel, you'll see at the side of the YouTube channel, there's a whole list of people that we follow, and these are the guys I learned from. You'll see Scott Blay up there. You'll see Greg Masterson up there. You'll see Pan the Organizer. Okay, Larry Casilla from Ammo. And most of them are in the Detailers Guild. Jimbo Balaam is there. Darren Priest from Auto Fetish. And I actually got to meet some of them when I was in Vegas. I went to SEMA, and I actually got to meet some of them face to face back in 2019 before everything went crazy. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Nice.
I was very lucky because I had to twist my wife's arm to let me go. She thought I was kind of crazy. She says, "You're going to go look at detailing products? Well, can't you do that here?" I said, "You don't understand." I said, "It's the largest car show in the world." I said, "I have to do this." So I went there, and it changed my life because I met people from all over the place, and I came back with the confidence to work even harder. Now I have great contacts in the community as far as detailing goes, and I put all that out there to help everybody else. So, you know, anytime you ever need to reach out, please, like, reach out to any of the groups. Go on YouTube and check out the different detailers because it could save you a world of hurt and it'll save you a lot of time. there's a lot of guys out there that are doing details different, but you pick up different tips from all these different guys, and then your details go a lot faster. They're more efficient, and you actually end up doing a better job. So.
Oh yeah. That's what I did. Because I've detailed since I was like younger, doing all my family's cars, my own car. But then just like recently, like I mentioned about a year ago, we started our own thing, and then just kind of like watching videos, and then kind of like on the pages and stuff, reading, asking questions, and then even with my boys too, like they kind of made suggestions. Like they're 14 and 13, and even my daughter now, she's doing it too. But yeah, they're like so efficient now. It's crazy.
Like, my youngest son, my two older boys, they don't like to criticize me, right? And I'm an easygoing guy, but they don't want to hurt my feelings, right? My youngest guy, he's blunt. You know, he's not afraid of hurting my feelings. So he said to me, and this is going back probably 5-6 years ago, he says to me, Dad, he goes, this air gun is a piece of crap. And I laughed, because I thought, you know what? He's right. Like, it's a $5, air gun. And the thing was 20 years old. Like it was, it could barely blow air. And I thought, you know what? He's got a point. So I went on the Snap-on truck that week. And I asked Brian if he had a really good detailer's gun. And he says, it's funny you asked that. He goes, I got this Typhoon gun. This gun is amazing. Like, there's certain tools you find and you learn about through YouTube and that. But man, this gun is just awesome. It's got about 20 little perforations on it. Have you seen one of those before?
The Typhoon one? No.
Yeah.
I've seen, the one I have is like a Tornador gun.
Okay, I've got one of those too. You got a Vortex?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's the one I got.
Vortex is an awesome gun because it vibrates and loosens stuff up. The reason I like the Typhoon gun so much, it's great for drying. Okay, like with a Typhoon gun, you don't really want to use that for drying stuff because it may still have. Well, it depends. Is yours a dry gun?
No, the one I use, it's like dusting interiors, like right before I even vacuum, and like right when I get to the vehicle.
Yeah, because I was gonna say, like, you know how the Tornado gun has a bottle on it, and you put chemical through it, right?
Yep, that's the one I have too.
Okay.
I have that one too.
Yeah, that's one thing I found is sometimes when I use that to dry stuff, like when I first got the gun, I tried it for all different kinds of things. But I found that sometimes that chemical leaves a little bit of a mist on the panels, like if I'm trying to dry something off. So that's why I use the Typhoon gun, because the only thing going through that is just moisture that's in the airline. So it tends not to leave any residue behind. Like, especially if I'm blowing off, like, if I'm blowing off like a set of rims or something, or somebody's grill. Yeah, you don't want to put anything on there except the air, so.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. That's funny that you mentioned that, because that's why I stopped doing that. Because I was using the Tornador gun with the product in it to dust off, so I wouldn't have to spend money on like a regular one without the canister. Because I was like, I could just close the lever and just put the air through it. And I was doing that, but then I was like noticing I was leaving a little residue, so I was like, you know what? No, I'm just gonna spend the money, buy the one just with air, and it's been great since.
The Snap-on truck, I don't know if you guys have Snap-on in your area or not.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I can find it.
The 3 tools that I got from Snap-on that made my life a lot easier was the Typhoon gun, the headlamps that he sells. Okay, like you put them on your head and they're flexible. Carlos uses them all the time. I gave those to Carlos as a present for all the work that he did helping me get my Detailer's Guild site going. So he's got a set of those. You see him wearing them all the time. And the other thing was the cordless polisher that they have. Now, the cordless polisher is not cheap. Okay, that polisher, it's in Canada, it's about $500. I have no idea what it costs over in the U.S.
Is it Flex? Is it the Flex?
No, it's a small 3-inch cordless polisher. Now, the difference between using that and using a cordless drill is the way it's set up. It balances very, very nice. Don't get me wrong. I mean, if you went and you bought a Roops polisher It's going to be better balanced than the Snap-on one, but the Snap-on one is a lot better than one that's made that's low grade. And I don't want to bash anybody out there because there's a lot of low grade machines that do the job, but they're not balanced. Like once you use a balanced polisher, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep.
When I first started, I used a rotary, like a DeWalt polisher.
Yeah.
Okay. And now I'm going to get ripped for this one. It's a Torx 10FX. Now I got that because I had never used a rotary in my life, not up until 3 years ago. 3 years ago, I went and I bought this at Chemical Guys to learn, because I didn't want to learn on a $700 machine and wreck the machine, because that's what I was afraid of. I didn't want to wreck the machine, right? That polisher, I ended up using it for my finishing. So if I've got a car that's really, really bad and I'm doing a couple of passes on it, what I do is I go over it with the rotary first, and then I'll finish it off with the DA polisher.
Yeah.
And it just looks like glass after. It looks beautiful.
Exactly, yeah, that's what I've noticed too. That's the same thing I do.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I've learned a lot just in this year too, doing it, because I've polished before in the past, but not like now. Not like I do it now, like full blown business, and now I'm doing it every weekend or every couple weekends. But definitely, and I'm still learning every day. Like I'll still learn something.
So, Raul, I have to ask you, do I have your permission to put a picture of your truck on my thumbnail for this interview, or what?
Oh, no, yeah, definitely. Yeah, put it on there. Yeah,
okay.
It's fine.
I don't want people to think every time they call me and ask for advice, I'm recording it without their permission, so.
No, that's perfect, yeah. I'm glad you asked to call, because, I did want to ask about the products.
Yeah.
I know you did say to start. Because what I was going to do is go big on it, like, because I was going to, go and order, because right now they have a sale going on, like if I order a gold, they give me a platinum.
Yeah.
But you kind of gave me a little insight on it. Like,
Greg is very reasonable, okay? If you talk to Greg and you say to him, look, I know this stuff's going to move, and this is what I want first. It's hard for Greg to be totally unbiased because he sells the products, right? So he has to have his business hat on at the same time he's being your friend. So it's kind of hard for him to be totally unbiased. But what I'm saying is I wouldn't get into the gallons at this point.
Yeah.
Okay? I would steer clear of the gallons, and I would focus on having the majority of your product. His air fresheners are fantastic. The pineapple one, the hot chocolate one, and the leather are the three that I would recommend you get right away.
Yeah, I've been hearing good things about those.
Yeah, so those ones are really good. The whiskey air freshener smells fantastic. It smells like maple syrup. People were nervous about trying the whiskey air freshener, right? And then once I spray it in their car, they're like, oh my God, that's fantastic. Like, it smells really, really nice. The air fresheners are good. Those move pretty good for me. So that's another thing you could order. But yeah, you can, if you want to order a big order, go ahead, but order stuff that you're going to use in your business.
Oh, yeah.
He even sells hand sanitizer as well. So if you find that you guys are going through a lot of hand sanitizer, price it out with Greg and see what kind of price Greg will give you, because it may actually be cheaper to buy it from Greg, if you're getting it shipped to your place already.
Yeah, like the hand sanitizer, we just get, like, my wife just buys it for the house, and I just have a bottle in my car.
Okay.
Every time like once we're done, or once we start and finish, we do our thing. But yeah, that's what I'm still like kind of seeing. That's why it was good that I talked to you about it. That way, kind of get into the only thing with if I do the gold and then he gives me the platinum price, so I pretty much get, like, I think he said,
well, if you want to do the platinum, you could always do the platinum. But what I'm telling you is, make sure that the majority of the product that you're getting is stuff that you can either incorporate in a package and give it to the customer, and then it's paid for, or it's stuff that is going to flip really fast. Like, all his products are excellent. They're all good products. Even the liquid wax. Are most of your customers ceramic customers, or sealant and wax, or are they both?
It's both, yeah.
Okay.
Both. Yeah, I think that's all I'm trying to look, because I have the worksheet up right here on Excel.
Okay.
The one right before I order, like, the quantity, I selected the platinum, because he said it's going to upsell it, so to select the platinum and just choose up to the 45 minimum.
Yeah.
And then I'm only going to pay the the 35. But
yeah, when you're talking to Greg too, get a couple of Masterson shirts because when you and your boys are wearing them, you know, it triggers interest. Like my one son was working in a plant and he was wearing the Masterson shirt in there and actually sold product just from him wearing the shirt. So it does sell the product for you.
Yeah, that's another thing too. Yeah, I'm probably gonna maybe incorporate it somehow in probably my truck. Well, the truck setup, the way I have it, once I'm driving, it's like they just have to stop and look. Like everybody has to stop and look.
Yeah, I saw your truck. It looks pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
You're very welcome. I'm doing a video probably tomorrow. I went on one of the groups and a guy was asking me about doing the door jams. Yeah, so I'm going to do that tomorrow and I'll put that up. I was going to say that'll be on Dean's Den. I'm going to do it as a live video. This will be on Dean's Den. The other one will be in the how-to videos.
Okay. Yeah, I just followed all your stuff, like your Facebook, your Instagram, YouTube, and everything. So.
Do me a favor while I got you on here. Curtis Wesley is an excellent detailer. He's in Washington, and he's trying to get monetized, and it's so important. Do you have a YouTube channel?
I do. Yep, I just followed you on YouTube as well.
Okay. Guess what? You're going to get 2 people subscribing to your channel as well, myself and Curtis. Can you please do Curtis a solid and click on him, subscribe to him? He owns Yeti, Yetti, Auto Detailing. And Curtis is a really good guy. He's got a lot of information up there. He does a lot of work. He's mobile, so he'd be a good guy to learn from as well.
Yeah, this is him. I got him.
Awesome. Yeah, Curtis will be very happy with that. And you know what? If you ever have any questions and for any reason I'm not available, you can always reach out to Curtis too. Okay. Because we're a tight-knit group. I mean, everybody on the guild is pretty cool. Nobody there is negative at all. They always give positive feedback.
I will, for sure.
All right.
Appreciate all the info. Yeah, I'm probably going to, if I do order that big order, I might just order what I think I'm going to sell.
Yeah, the drying towels, the microfibers are a big seller for us. We sell a lot of. He's got red, yellow, blue, green. They all sell really well. Just got the black ones in for removing wax, and they are fantastic. Honest to God, they cut well. Yeah, his products are good. I haven't had any problems with any of the products at all. And the supplies are excellent too. Like the blazing blue towel is very nice. Greg's is really nice because you can use his on an SUV or a car. It's not going to matter. But when you throw it up on the roof, if it's a little bit of a windy day, it's heavy enough that it'll actually lay on the roof and you can pull it back and pull all the water off.
Oh, okay.
It makes your life a lot easier when you're drying the car.
Okay. And then another question. You use them for your business too. Do you buy like the gallon jugs?
I have a full stock of gallons, and I'm fully stocked. Pretty much everything else I have. I mean, if you go on my website and you look at my online store, that's everything I have in stock.
Oh, okay.
But for me to, like, if I was to ship it to you, it would cost us a fortune because, you know, and plus I got to call my broker again and everything else to get it to jump across. It's, you know, at least you're in the States with Greg. It's easy for you because when you ship it, you don't have to go and get a broker involved. You just have to get it up on the UPS truck or the FedEx or whatever the cheapest way is. And he'll ship it from point A to point B, and you're done and over with.
Once I start the website and everything, I might start working on that since I'm going to order the products. I can probably start working on get live once I get the products in.
Have a separate bank account for your Masterson's products.
Okay.
The reason I'm telling you that is you can watch the business because you're going to have 2 businesses now because that company is going to be a shipping company. So you're going to want to run that separately. Keep the money all in that account. That way you can track how well your sales are doing. Even if you're selling it to your own company, like even if you're taking it out of the company, still take the money out that it would have cost you for the product at cost and put that money in the bank account to reorder. And that way there you never run out of money. So when it comes time to reorder, the money's already in the bank account. You call Greg, you wire it to him, and it's gone and done and over with.
Exactly. Yeah,
so,
that's what I plan on doing.
Yeah, it's a lot easier that way. Instead of having to scramble to get the money to buy another skid, the money will already be in the account. We've been doing that, and it worked out fantastic because I actually got my second skid. Didn't cost me a dime. The money was already in the bank account.
Yeah, that's probably what I'm going to do.
Yeah, it'll save you a lot of headache. And then at the end of the year, you've got different things going on because you've got to track. Like over here, we have Your service taxes and your sales taxes are totally different things. When you sell online, any goods that I sell, I have to collect that money from the customer.
Oh, okay.
Okay? So you have to collect the taxes. When you charge it out, you have to charge the taxes, and you have to have that money. So you want to, like my son is an accountant, so my son does my books. But
nice.
Yeah. So what you want to do is you want to get one of your buddies that wants his car kept clean and work him a deal and get him to look after, that the taxes for you so that you have that tax money at the end of the year, and you want to totally track what you owe the IRS so that you pay all that out properly. Because the money that you send to the tax agency, there's two different taxes. You've got your personal income tax. If it works the same as Canada, you're going to have to collect all that sales tax and turn that into a different agency. It's a different agency that collects sales tax than it is that collects personal income tax. Okay?
Okay.
So I'm just letting you know, it's not a big deal. I'm not trying to scare you. I'm just telling you so you know.
Yeah.
So that if you have money in your bank account, and that's why I said keep it separate, because that way you'll know how much money in that bank account is actually profit from your sales and how much is actually sales money.
No, that's what I'm doing with my detailing right now.
Yeah.
That's what because since I'm still in the military, I got my military and then I got my detailing.
Yeah.
And now if I have this, once I start this off, it'll be separate too.
Yeah, get a separate account and keep a little book for it. Or even if you do it on Excel on your computer or whatever, if you're handy like that. My son does all mine on Excel. But
that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. Yeah, so if you do that, it's easy. If you do it from day one, it's really easy. When you get your skid, so you're going to keep track of that. So at the end of the year, when you go to pay your sales tax, it'll be a piece of cake because you'll know exactly to the dime what you have to pay.
Gotcha.
Okay. We want to keep the government happy, right?
Exactly.
Well, Raul, it's been a fantastic conversation with you.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And we can do this again sometime. I would really like that.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you for all the information.
No problem, sir. Thank you for calling me and picking my brain, and I'm glad I was able to help.
Yeah, appreciate you again.
Okay. All right, Raul, you have a good night, okay?
All right, you too. All right, well.
All right, bye.
All right, bye-bye.